Hi guys, this is Carlin Liborio, and I wanted to show you a sneak peek of my new 7th grade product. So this tells you what the resource contains. It is going to have a link to the STAAR passage. It was from the 2016 release STAAR test, so the link to that is provided. The teaching suggestions are included. There's a nonfiction poster, a blank Foursquare, and a sample Foursquare filled out. So you can use this to lead discussions with your students. I would recommend you read the passage first with your students and dive deep into that passage before introducing the ECRs. That way it'll be much easier for them to understand the structure and the process of the ECRs if they already know the story. This also includes 2 SCRs for practice for nonfiction. One is more general and the other is specific to this particular passage. It also has several different ECR planners that are differentiated that have the sentence starters on them that you can print. I also included the link to the digital planners for free, and that is a great option if you have any SPED students or anyone with dysgraphia or anyone who just really has difficulty writing on a planner. We cannot use those on STAR, but it's a great way to teach those students the process. I even give one of my students that has dysgraphia, I give him a blank planner and he uses it to kind of check off as he types. So there's a lot of different options you can use with those. There's also 3 different prompts that go with this passage that are all extended constructed response questions based on the TEKS for 7th grade. And there is one ECR sample answer that's color coded that you can show your students as a sample. So I'm just going to flip through and show you there's the links to get to the passage. And you also have the Google Doc version of all the ECRs. It'll make a forced copy when you click on these links. And you'll want to save those to your hard drive. And then, I mean, not your hard drive, your Google Drive. And then once you assign it on Google Classroom, those are editable. So if you don't like the question, you can tweak it, and that's the document that you would give your students. It's basically, and I'll show you when we go through this, but it looks like 2 pages, a Google Doc. The first page has the question and the bullets. The second page is where they would type their final copy. So those are all provided. The reason I use Google Docs instead of Google Slides for the ECRs is those work better with the microphone. If you try to use the microphone with Google Slides, it only records in the notes section. So I have a lot of students in 4th grade with different accommodations. So I just like to use Google Docs. You can also print them if you prefer and give them a printed copy. So those are the 3 ECRs. And then I also included the Google Doc version of the 2 SCRs. Those have color-coded digital planners for the students to type right on, or you can print them. And then digital versions of the ECR planners, which I was telling you, those are great for SPED students if you want to use those. And then there's a Google Slides version of this whole presentation. So this will be uploaded as a PDF, but if you want the Google Slides version to show on your smartboard, you can just click here and it'll make a forced copy onto your Google Drive and you can show the slides. And then this is just some teaching suggestions depending on where your kids are at. And then this tells you kind of how I would do it with 3 different prompts in 3 weeks, over a period of 3 weeks. Obviously, you can do whatever you want, but this is just a suggestion if you need it. This talks about how to fill out the Foursquare, and then a little anchor chart for nonfiction. This is the Foursquare that I did for 7th grade. So you don't have to jot this much. Obviously, the students don't have to jot this much, but I did this kind of, I was thinking if I was, teaching 7th grade and I use this in 4th grade, I would want to know my notes of what I want to talk about in each paragraph. So The students don't have to necessarily copy all of this, but it'll kind of remind you of what you want to focus on and what the main ideas are of each section. So this is more just to help newer teachers or anybody who needs it. This is the blank one that you could print and give to your students to fill out while you're reading the passage. And you can either put the PDF on Google Classroom of the passage, or you could just show it on the smartboard and you can discuss it, however you want to do that. And then these are the SCRs, the planners, different ones. This is the more basic one. This is the one I would recommend using for 7th grade, but if you have some lower level students, you could use this one. And then a checklist. This is the first prompt that I'm going to be showing you an example of. So it has to do with the text structure, cause and effect, and how does this help the reader to better understand the impact of the Three Gorges Dam. And then this is what it would look like if you printed it. So there's 3 ECRs. And then this is the sample that's color coded. And so that tells you what the colors stand for. And then this is my sample essay. And that is it. So I hope this video helped you, and all of the resources for 7th grade are very similar to this one. There is another one that I'll make a separate video that's argumentative, but there are 2 passages that are informational. All right, have a great day. Bye.